While there is still work to do, substantial progress has been made to ensure that we all fulfil our promise to the British people and take back control. The freedom to control our own borders, of course, brings many benefits. Our plans mean that we can introduce a migration policy which ensures that we're open to the world's best talent. And my right honourable friend, the Home Secretary, has set out further details of this today. A new, points-based immigration system will ensure that we can attract the scientists, innovators and entrepreneurs who can power future economic growth. It will also help us to ensure that our NHS attracts the very best professionals from across the world to our hospitals. And the new technology that we're introducing will allow us to monitor with far greater precision exactly who and what is coming in and out of our country, enabling us to deal more effectively with organised crime and other threats. And control of our borders also means that we can choose the right trade and commercial policies for this country. The border operating model that we published today provides clarity about the end-to-end journey of goods on the move between Great Britain and the EU, including, of course, information about controlled goods and the new government systems that will support future trade. And I'd like to place on record the government's gratitude to the border sector for the practical knowledge, enthusiasm and expertise they've brought to the development of the operating model, the result of extensive consultation and collaboration. It's important to note that, as the document makes clear, the border operating model does not cover matters relating specifically to the Northern Ireland Protocol. Let me reassure the House that guidance specific to Northern Ireland will be published in the coming weeks and on an ongoing basis throughout the transition period. With autonomy, of course, comes the freedom to be practical and pragmatic in implementation, which is why, in the light of coronavirus and in order to give business and industry more time to adjust, we announced last month that border controls will be introduced in 3 stages up to the 1st of July 2021. In the first phase, from January 2021, traders importing standard goods will need to prepare for basic customs requirements. Full customs declarations will be needed for controlled and excise goods, such as alcohol and tobacco products, but people importing standard goods will have up to 6 months to make their declaration and to pay tariffs. Traders moving goods using the Common Transit Convention will need to follow all of the transit procedures. In the second phase, from April 2021, we'll require all products of animal origin, regulated plants and plant products to have pre-notification and the relevant health documentation. Any physical checks will continue to be conducted at the point of destination. And in the third and final phase, from July 2021, traders moving all goods will have to make full customs declarations at the point of importation and, of course, pay relevant tariffs. Checks for animals, plants and their products will take place at border control posts in Great Britain. When we announced our approach to controls last month, we also confirmed that we would be building new border facilities in Great Britain for carrying out the required checks, as well as providing targeted support to ports to build new infrastructure. And the £705 million funding injection we announced yesterday, Mr. Speaker, is on top of an £84 million grant already announced to ensure sufficient capacity in the customs intermediary sector. And that money will be used to do just that, preparing our border infrastructure for all these changes by improving and developing IT systems, recruiting more personnel and building new border posts. The actions, Mr. Speaker, that we're taking today are an important step towards readiness for the new opportunities that Brexit can bring. It is time for our new start, time for us to embrace a new global destiny, and therefore, Mr. Speaker, I commend this statement to the House.